With so many possibilities and so much at stake today, this primary day could either effectively seal the deal for Donald Trump or guarantee the bitter fighting goes on for months to come. Politics 2016, and we have Team Fox coverage of it. Steve Harrigan is live outside Miami, actually in Hialeah, Florida. First, let's get to Carl Cameron. He's in the Palm Beaches. Looks like Trump could have a weak spot tonight.
Well, that would be Ohio. And if John Kasich were to win Ohio, Kasich has said that will give him the momentum that will lead him to the nomination. But if he wins tonight in Ohio, the Buckeye state, the most quintessential bellwether in Republican politics, a state that's demographically very much reflective of the country, with minorities, with a recovering economy that's had a hard time during a lot of the downturns in the last few years, he'll get 66 delegates and still be in fourth place. So the politics and the math run sort of counter to that argument. If you add 66 to his existing 63, he's at 129 and trailing Marco Rubio. John Kasich would still be in fourth, but he would have the momentum. On the other hand, Mr. Kasich has made it very clear that that unofficial rule about if you don't win your home state means you got to go home, he's said he will. And as for that rule that you were talking about every candidate needing to win a majority of the votes or delegates in 8 states, the Republican National Committee, when they hear that, it's like fingernails on a blackboard to them. They say, wait, stop, hold it. That's a rule that exists now, but all the rules change before the convention when they make their own new rules. So that one, which happens to be Rule 40, which has become notoriously bantered about on the campaign trail, will be obliterated if that's what's necessary to ensure that they get somebody to nominate. Shep?
Back to Marco Rubio. He's low on funds. His super PAC hasn't spent any money on any states after today. Is that more telling for us than his words about whether he'll stay in this thing?
Well, it's a bad sign, but the super PAC has also been putting all of its emphasis on Florida, trying to shore up what has been a deficit in the polls and a deficit in the buzz. Donald Trump has been able to overshadow Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio has admitted on the campaign trail for the last week and a half that he made a mistake in trading personal insults with Donald Trump. At an event just last night, he talked about it, and there was pin-drop silence in the audience because they couldn't believe that they were listening to any presidential politician in 2016 actually acknowledging the possibility of having made a mistake. And he got a huge round of applause afterwards for taking a more aspirational and positive tone. Marco Rubio started as a candidate who said that he wanted to be optimistic. He wanted to talk about reforms. He wanted to talk about undoing the mistakes of the Obama administration and bring the country back, bring the country together. But when he started engaging in that slugfest with Donald Trump, the bottom fell out, and even some of his supporters got angry with him. And there's one other facet to the Rubio candidacy that cannot be overlooked here in Florida. When he was elected as a Tea Party candidate, beating the sitting governor, he said he was going to be a true conservative and adhere to conservative principles. And when he got into the Senate, he got involved with the Gang of Eight. He was the co-author of the immigration bill that many have called amnesty. And even in Florida, people who voted for him then are conservative and do appreciate his politics. That is one black check on him that they continued to talk about even at the rally last night, where he got extended applause. And that, of course, is where Donald Trump has pounded him. Immigration is a huge issue in Florida, and he's vulnerable on one of the biggest here, Shep.
Carl Cameron, live in the Palm Beaches. Carl, thanks.